भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Good morning, all of you. We'll chant the prayers on page number 7 and 8. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Go to page 35. Page 35 in your prayer book. The world is ready to give up its secrets if we only know how to give it the necessary blow. The strength and force of the blow come through concentration. There is no limit to the power of the human mind. The more concentrated it is, the more power is brought to bear on one point, that is the secret. So these are the words spoken by Swami Vivekananda, and here Swamiji is stressing on the importance of concentration. So you might have heard the saying, practice makes a man perfect. Yes? So Swami Vivekananda says, practice with concentration makes a man perfect. Just by practicing something, we don't achieve perfection. We achieve perfection only when we practice it with concentration. The work done with concentration and without concentration, we can see the distinction very clearly. When we do it with concentration, it is perfect. So concentration improves our efficiency, it creates one-mindedness, and it helps us to improve our skills. So that is what Swamiji is trying to tell us in this paragraph. So I would like to narrate a small incident which most of you know already. Still, I would like to narrate it because of its significance here. This is the incident about Dronacharya, the teacher of Pandavas and Kauravas. This is an incident from the epic Mahabharata. And The teacher, Dronacharya, wants to test the concentration of his students. So he takes a wooden bird and he places it on a branch of the tree and then asked his students, that is the Pandavas and the Kauravas, to come one by one and tell him what they are able to see. Actually, he was trying to teach them the art of archery using bow and arrow. And he says, when you aim the bird, what are you able to see? So one by one, all his students come, and everyone gives a different answer. One of them is able to see the bird, another one is able to see the bird, the eye of the bird, as well as the branches. Some see the sky and the tree. So different answers are given by different students. When he asks the same question to Arjuna, he replies that he could see only the eye of the bird, which is the target. So that is the power of concentration. So when we have concentration, we would be able to see, or we can see only the target, only our goal, only what we are doing. Other things are immaterial. We don't recognize them and they won't disturb us. For example, if we take an incident from our life, right? Two people are talking and then we are doing our work and then we don't listen to what they are talking, right? We don't listen and we continue doing our work. Does it mean we have concentration? There are two aspects in that. The first is we are able to hear, but intentionally we don't want to listen because your concentration is on your work. That is concentration. And second is we really are engrossed in our work and we are not aware of what they are talking. If you take the first instance, it is concentration. Second instance is lack of observation. We have no awareness of what is going around us. So that again shows that we don't have concentration. So concentration helps us to control our mind. It trains our mind to do what we want to do and where we have to stop, what and when to say, where and where to stop is taught by concentration. So unless we achieve it, it is very difficult to lead a normal life. If you look at the page, again in the second paragraph, Swamiji says, the greater part of the practical lesson which the yogi gives us is the mind, the power of concentration and meditation. We have become so materialistic when we think of ourselves, we find only the body. The body has become the ideal, nothing else. So here Swamiji is stressing on the importance of yogi and the yogic way of life. So I would like to narrate an incident which I read in one of the books. It is about Alexander the Great. He was a great warrior, and we call him the Great because he could conquer most part of the world. And while he was coming from his country to India, so the teachers, right, his teachers told him to bring one sage, one yogi from India to his hometown, native. So once he reaches India, and so he enters a forest along with his soldiers, and he's in search for a yogi. And finally, he finds one yogi meditating under a tree. So he approaches him and he asks him to accompany him to his hometown, Greece. The yogi says that he was happy meditating under the tree and he had no intention to go anywhere else. Then Alexander tries to convince him and he says he would give him a lot of money, wealth, gold, and many other things. Then the yogi smiles and says he has no use of money because he sleeps in a cave and he eats fruits provided by nature. So he doesn't need money to survive. So after listening to this no, right, the Alexander Great becomes angered. He is not able to digest that word no. So immediately he is angered and he starts shouting at him, at the yogi, and says, I am a great warrior. I have conquered the world. I can easily take you from here. Then again the yogi smiles and Alexander is surprised because he was shouting at him and this yogi was smiling. And then he continues, right? Alexander continues by saying that I am the master of this world and you have to obey me. Then the sage silently says that you feel that you are the master, but you are a slave because you are unable to control your anger. You have no control on your mind. Then how can you say that you are a master? You are shouting at me, still I am able to smile because I am the master of my mind. So that is the power of concentration. And that is what we all have to acquire. So Alexander understands why his teachers had asked him to bring a yogi from India, and he apologizes and then leaves that place silently. So this is the power of concentration, which helps us to control our mind because anger is a negative emotion most of the times, and we lose control of our tongue when we get angry. So we have to train our mind by improving our concentration, and there are different ways of doing it. We can listen to some inspiration thoughts or lectures, we can read books, or we can practice meditation, yoga. So different people, right? All of us are different, so we acquire that in different ways according to our nature. So these are the words of Swami Vivekananda, and this is what I wanted to share with you all. Thank you. Have a pleasant day.